Hey, what's going on, you Savage? Welcome to the show. Today, we are diving into something that's got everyone acting like they've lost their goddamn minds. The election cycle. And so today, I'd like to remind us all to stay fucking human. So we're going to dive into that in a second. Before that, do me a solid. Head over to traviscrutcher.com. All things speaking, coaching, podcast, consulting, etc., etc. You know the deal. Head to teardownapparel.com. Grab some dope swag. And when you're doing all that stuff, and you're like, I'm overwhelmed, too many websites, Travis, then go to one more, and that's thealphainitiative.com, and check out some stuff over there that could just help you live a better life, right? All free, totally just us banding together to pump out some good shit to help you guys out. Anyway, I'm going to now shut up so I can thereby talk some more.
Welcome to Not Sorry with Travis Crutcher, the show where Travis will say some things that might trigger you, offend you, make you laugh, or even motivate you. So, if you're not easily offended, stick around and enjoy. On the other hand, if you are easily offended, listen anyway. Then go tell everyone how triggered you were. Either way, you can be certain of one thing. Travis is not sorry.
All right, here we go. So it's election season, in case you've been living under a rock and you didn't notice. And it seems like everyone has gone absolutely batshit crazy. You know, I'm watching feeds and it's like there's a lot of political stuff, of course, but I'm seeing stuff being espoused by friends of mine and people I've known for a very long time. And you've got family members unfriending each other on Facebook, man. Like friends are screaming at each other over dinner and people are turning to complete strangers like they're fucking enemies all of a sudden. And for what? Like, because you have a different opinion, because they don't agree on who should run the fucking country? Come on, give me a break. Look, I get it, man. Politics is a big deal. It affects us all. I'm tracking. But here's the thing. No political opinion is worth dehumanizing another person over. And I know you guys know what I believe. If you listen to the show, you know exactly who I'm probably going to vote for, and you know the reasons why. I've not been shy about sharing my beliefs or what I think about the direction the country should take, right? But that doesn't mean I'm going to turn into a fucking dick and treat people like shit. We've all got our beliefs. We've all got values and our reasons for supporting who we support. Guess what? That's okay. What's not okay is turning into a raging asshole just because someone doesn't see things your way. And that's what I'm seeing, right? Even in comments, right? Like, you know, my generation and folks older than me, and even some of the Gen Z cats are like, you know, these are motherfuckers who never got punched in the face running their mouth in the comments, right? And that's true, and I get it, but it's like, dude, is there not a better outlet, right? Is there not a better use of your time? I mean, is this what you do today? Is you just go in comments and fuck with people? I don't care. I'll ignore your shit. I'll block your ass. I don't care. But it doesn't help anything, right? Just being a dick for the sake of raging against something, like, and being personal about it, like, come on, man, give me a break. Let me tell you something. The people you're arguing with, they're just like you. They've got families, jobs, dreams, fears, all the things. They're trying to make the best decision they can with the information they have, just like you are. So why the hell are we treating each other like shit? Why? Why are we letting politicians, probably who don't give a single fuck about us, turn us against each other? That's the part that really drives me crazy. You know, I'm not going to get into some big woo-woo conspiracy here and say that, you know, that's the design, is to turn Americans against each other. But boy, if it was, it's fucking working. It's really, really working. Here's the deal. We need to remember to be fucking human towards other humans. Like, it's not that complicated. Treat people with respect, even if you don't agree with them. I walk by people who I know, I look at some folks and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Right? I mean, some real what the fucks walking past me. Do you think I stop and harass that fucking person? Do you think I stop and give them static just because I don't like the way they look or the way they dress? Look, man, I'm covered in fucking tattoos. You don't think I know people look at me and go, what the fuck? Right? I get it. That's not your jam. Cool. But it doesn't mean you've got to stop and act like a dick. Treat people with respect, especially if you don't agree with them. Like, there's no need to respond with snarky comebacks, right? Listen to understand, and for fuck's sake, stop assuming that just because someone supports a different candidate, that they're a terrible person, right? Good people can have different opinions. I promise you. You know, I saw it this last week. Again, social media, the fucking cesspool that it can be. Someone who I've known for a very long time, right? I mean, I'm talking multiple decades I've known this human. One of the best fucking people I know. And there's a group that we are both a part of. We're a couple different groups we're a part of. I'll give you a spoiler. It's a veteran, right? And there's people in this veterans group These are motherfuckers that, like, we served together, dude. We got shot at together. We've seen people die before our eyes together. And we're fucking tearing each other apart over fucking politics. It's crazy. Social media makes shit worse, right? Because it's a goddamn echo chamber where everyone's shouting their opinions into the void. And it's easy. It's easy to get sucked into that bullshit. You see a post you disagree with, the next thing you know, you're in a comment war with some random person you've never fucking met. What the fuck is the point of that? It's not going to change anyone's mind. And it sure as hell won't make you feel better. Like, if you're listening to this and you've been there, did you ever feel better because of some back and forth comment exchange with someone you didn't know? Or did you let it fester? Did you let it eat you up? Did you keep running back to it in your mind? This motherfucker, right? I get it. But you gave that power. You gave that authority over your thoughts. Nobody else. It wasn't the commenter. You let it affect you. You let them do exactly what they set out to do, and that was fuck up your day. Come on, man. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. So here's a radical idea I want you to try. Maybe turn off social media once in a while. Step away from the keyboard. Have a real conversation with someone. I'm telling you, look them in the eye. Listen to their perspective. When you look someone in the eye, it's a whole different game than online. When you're actually face to face, and I'm not saying because you're afraid of getting your ass beat or any of that stuff. No, you're seeing a human. You're seeing emotion. You're seeing all the nonverbal cues that are lost when you're just fucking throwing characters out on a keyboard. There's a whole different thing that happens when you're in face to face. Look, I've gone and done workshops where I was told before I got there, hey, these two people they're not big fans. Cool. Or this person over here doesn't want to hear you speak. Awesome. But then I get in the room with them, right? I get in the room with these people and we're having conversations and we're sharing space and we're face to face and we're getting to see nonverbal cues and we're getting to see emotion. And by the end of it, we're sharing, we're jamming out, we're making breakthrough because we didn't let this void of social media and this digital space jam up our fucking communication, man. You know, I was talking to a client about it this week. Who's ever gotten pissed off over a text message because you inferred tone? you inferred tone to just written word, right? I mean, that's the design, isn't it? Like if you think about a novel, you're supposed to infer tone. Someone puts a capitalization, you know, all one word capitalized, like, oh, fuck, they're mad, right? They put an exclamation point, shit, game over. They send you the thumbs up emoji and you know, I mean, they really mean fuck you, or at least you infer that they do, right? It jams us up all the time. So stop. And here's the other thing, like, stop letting politicians fucking manipulate you. Enough with that shit, right? I get it, right? That we've all got our moral compass and we've got our values and that's how we're going to vote and that makes sense, right? But look, again, not getting down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories, but politicians fucking thrive on division. They have to, right? Because they need to polarize the two parties so that you're in my camp and you're in that camp and our camp's going to win. And the more we're fighting each other, the less we're holding them accountable for the shit they're doing. Like, I want to remind you guys, right? This is a fucking republic we live in. They work for you, not the other way around. You don't just sit with your hands out waiting to see what the powers that be are going to hand you. They fucking are supposed to be advocates for the country because they work for us. Don't play into their hands on this shit. Remember that at the end of the day, we're in this together. All right? We're all trying to create a better future for ourselves and our families. It's true. No matter what your view is or what you think is next, it's all from a place of here's what I think is best, right? It's an opinion, and we're fucking losing our shit over other opinions, and that's crazy. And the last tip I'm going to give you on this one is practice a little empathy. And I know it sounds cheesy. I know I say it all the fucking time, but it's true. Put yourself in someone else's shoes for a minute. I can tell you, like, there have been things, and there are things that I am staunch opposition to, things that I do not support in any way, shape, or form, but I'll have a real conversation with a real human in person and hear their opinion, and it may not change my perspective. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time I'm just like, yep, but I don't agree with that. But I can listen to them and go, I can see why you would think that. And that's not agreeing with them, right? That's not saying that they're right or wrong. That is understanding someone else's perspective. And if you really want to change someone's mind, I'll tell you this, the first step is alignment. The first step is some agreement. And that first agreement can be as simple as, I can see why you would think that based off your experience. Or I can see why what you've been told or what you've read would lead you to believe X. You have to come into agreement before there can be disagreement. That is just the way it is, because if you come into disagreement first, you're going to fucking stay there. You're going to stay there. And this isn't just in politics or different opinions. I mean, this is a fucking interpersonal talk, like skill truth. You have to come into agreement in order to work through disagreement. It's the only way fucking forward. We're all capable of being better, guys. We are. We're capable of having tough conversations without losing our shit. We're capable of respecting each other, even when we disagree. And if we can manage to do that, maybe, just fucking maybe, we can get through this crazy ass election cycle together without tearing each other apart. That's it. That's all I've got for you today. So remember, we're all in this together. Don't let this election turn you into something you're not. Stay human, stay kind, and I will fucking talk to you next time. Later.